All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series kicks off the season at hot Atlanta. 130 laps since race number one. Kick off a 10-race season. It's going to be hot, that's for sure. The racing's going to be fun and high speed and side by side. Here we go, boys. We'll get a little fun here. Hang on to your horses. It's live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, some IndyCar Series High Octane Racing League style. Kicking off the first race of the season, it's Atlanta, and it is live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in and joining us here on TurnLeftTV. So Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. First race of the season, about 4 minutes left in the practice session. Running a little bit behind schedule. That's okay. It's like a little warping on some of those drivers there. Hopefully that'll get worked out. Thanks for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Atlanta Motor Speedway, just a little over a mile and a half, banking in the turns of 24 degrees, banking down the straights at 5 degrees. Kicking off the schedule here, you take a look at the schedule here in the IndyCar Series. Kentucky Motor Speedway coming up next week, Las Vegas, and then Iowa. Pocono Gateway, Indianapolis, Phoenix, Kansas, and Richmond. Among those 10 tracks on the schedule. About 3 minutes left in the practice session. Thanks for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there. Everybody's behaving themselves. Looks like I got a couple characters right now in the chat session. Michael Brooks, Richard Brooks in the chat session. Good to see them. Thanks for coming in. And don't forget to share my videos with all of your friends out there in virtual world. We got a great one for you tonight here at in the IndyCars at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So it should be a fun one, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. Share my videos with all your friends, and then don't forget to hit that donate button and make a donation straight through PayPal. Richard said, not brothers. So there'll be a little bit of dead time here in the broadcast. I'm also doing the DM after a qualification session. So keep in mind, just be a little patient. Our admin is taking his entrance exams for his PhD program. So guess that takes priority. A little later tonight, we'll be at Kansas Speedway in the Saturday Night Thunder, race number 10 in that first season of 2021. It's the final race of the season, actually. 150 laps at Kansas. We're going to crown the champion at Palumbo. Got a big lead coming into tonight's race, so that'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Qualification is here will be 4 timed laps. Pitting is going to be off of turn 4, so these guys are going to have to get some practice in there. If we're going to have to get on the brakes before the opening for turn 4. All right, switching it over to the qualification session. So our qualification will be private. The Bushwhacker Series will be back in action next week at Talladega Superspeedway. Race number 4 of the season. Had a great one last night. 70 laps at Talladega Superspeedway, and this is going to be a huge race. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of drivers out for this race. So the Bushwhacker Series on Friday night. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, Pavel Folimanov is P1 at 23.989. And Palumbo second on the grid so far. Claudio Bardelli Jr. with his qualification attempt. Right now, third on the grid. Getting some guys joining in the server. We should probably put an end to that during qualifications. Ricardo Almeida, last season's champion, now the top time, 23.753. Ricardo going to be one of the favorites to win the championship, no doubt, of our drivers from Canada. Mezhrikov shown in the third position. Lasenko right now fourth. Michael Brooks fifth. Mezhrikov still out on the track. Looks like he might have finished up his qualification, Tim. A couple minutes left to go. Michael Ryan making his qualification attempt. Michael Ryan, 18th on the grid. His attempt looks like he might be waving off the last lap there. So Ricardo Almeida, top time, qualifies P1. So about 30 seconds left here, and looks like everybody's finished with their qualification attempt. So we'll do the driver's meeting here and be back just shortly. I got to do the driver's meeting and broadcast. All right, we're over in the warm-up session, so thank you so much for being patient. So it looks like we have right now 20 drivers here joining us. And again, thanks for coming in. Sorry for the silence there. I had to do the drivers meeting live while I'm broadcasting, so not the ideal conditions. But like I said, my admin, Will Dunbar, is actually taking his exams today to start his dissertation for his PhD program. So I guess we'll give him a break. Just going to take a look at the results of the qualification session. So Ricardo Almeida will start in P1 in that 10 car. Pavel Folimanov, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, qualifies in the second position. Nikolai Bezrikov in third. Denis Lysenko fourth. Michael Brooks qualifies in the fifth position. In sixth, it's Alexander Meshkov. Jair Oliveira qualifies in the seventh position. Ed Palumbo will qualify eighth. In ninth is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Jesus Iglesias is 10th. Qualifying in the 11th position is John Stanley. Zach Munkasi qualifies 12th. Artem Shuliev 13th. Ernan Gio 14th. Danilo Coelho is 15th. Alex Kuti qualifies 16th. Felipe Munez is 17th. Michael Ryan 18th. Sergei Butsev 19th. David Molliker is in the 20th position. So those are the qualification results. Take a look at the schedule here. Kentucky Speedway coming up next week. Las Vegas, following that on May the 1st. You see Iowa Speedway, Pocono, Gateway, interesting tracks there. And then Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Memorial Day weekend. Phoenix Raceway coming up on June the 5th. Kansas Speedway on June the 12th. And then finishing out the season, that's right, at Richmond. These guys used to actually race at Richmond, so excited about this one. Very fun track there to get those IndyCars out on. So that's the schedule. Again, I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster and commentator. This is Indy. Race number 1 of 10, Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. A little bit over a mile and a half in length. High speed, man. It's about 6.5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Again, thanks for coming in, and we've got a huge field here, 21 drivers. A few guys there looking like some guys rejoining and trying to get back in after being kicked, look like. Forget in a little while, we'll be at Kansas Speedway in the Saturday Night Thunder for the final race of the season. 150 laps there at that cookie cutter, and crown the champion. Right now, Ed Palumbo has a pretty huge lead, so I don't think that's much in doubt. But who's going to finish second in points, we'll see. And I'm going to be out on the track racing, so if you want to beat up on the broadcaster, come on out tonight and join us on Discord and jump in the Saturday Night Thunder server, and we'll make it happen. We'll see if you can beat the broadcaster. I don't think you can. Again, thank you for coming in here and checking out TurnLeftTV tonight, man. This is going to be a good one. Really a bigger field than I even thought. I thought we were going to have about 15 drivers, but right now it looks like 21 drivers joining us in here for the first race at Atlanta. And we've got some great tracks on the docket this season, too, so I would expect maybe we might even push 30 drivers before it's over with. IndyCars are very popular. Guys have been begging to come back and do some IndyCar racing in the ovals, and we have answered. So here at High Octane Racing League, and of course broadcast live on TurnLeftTV. So it's going to be a good one. Don't want to miss any of the races. They'll be broadcast live all throughout the entire season right here on TurnLeftTV. Thanks for coming in. Peace to all my friends out there. Luke coming in here. Cliff in here as well. I guess Richard Brooks. We'll send a shout out to him. So about 4 minutes left in the warm-up session. Could probably stand to turn those cars up just a little bit, couldn't we? See if our side-by-side is working. Looks like it is. That's good news. Good news. Just like it when things are working. So just a little under 3 minutes left to go. Before we kick it over to race, we might actually have to do a little restart of warm-up. We do have one driver here who's having a little trouble getting back into the server. So I tell you, man, when I look at the schedule here this season, I'm excited about Kentucky as well. I think IndyCars are great at Kentucky. First, Vegas, we know what to expect there. It's going to be a lot of side-by-side racing there. Maybe a little bit hard to pass. Iowa Speedway, love that track in the IndyCars. Very, very good track. Pocono Raceway, guys were really eager to have Pocono on the schedule when I was asking for some suggestions. Gateway Raceway, also a really cool one. Kind of that egg-shaped oval located just out of St. Louis, Missouri. Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Memorial Day weekend, that is going to be packed with drivers, I'm sure. Here in the United States, it is a holiday weekend, and the weekend of the Indianapolis 500, as a matter of fact. So Phoenix Raceway coming up on June the 5th, another great track for Indy cars. Kansas, one of those cookie cutters, and then Richmond to finish out the season. Again, that'll be a great one there, a little short track to finish the season. Just to race the Indy 300 there. Okay, looks like waiting on one driver here to join us. All right, waiting on a couple guys here to rejoin. I got kicked at the break, it looks like. Like Alexander Meshkov, we're waiting on him to get back in.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
So looks like a couple of guys had some skin issues. So a couple guys there had unknown skins. It looks like must not have been able to get their skin in the game correctly. Gotta love this game. We're getting ready to go. You guys drinking there in the chat session? You guys need to send some drinks my way there, Cliff and Richard, Luke. Straight here to the United States. Take a look at Zach Munkasey here joining us in the ThinkPad sponsor machine. Just about 8 minutes here. We're I don't know, man. How about got some Miller Genuine Draft? I'm not sure I'm good on that Budweiser stuff. Bud Light might be all right. I might be able to choke that down. Right now, not tonight, at some point when it's finished. What's that? All right, Luke joining us in the chat session. A couple guys there are going to send me some beer. Jim Willis also in the chat session. Good to see Jim Willis.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, here we go. Pavel Folimov starts in P1. Denis Lysenko was, Bezrikov second, Lysenko third, Brooks fourth, Meshkov 5th, Oliveira 6th, Palumbo 7th, Bardelli Jr. 8th, Iglesias 9th, Moncasi starts in the 10th position, Artem Shuleyev starts in the 11th position, Ernan Gio 12th. Danilo Coelho starts in the 13th position, Felipe Munez starts in 14th, Michael Ryan 15th, David Moliker starts in the 16th position. In 17th is Givaldo Spindola. Sergei Butsev starts in the 18th position, Alex Kuti 19th, and Ricardo Almeida starts in the 20th position. He had to switch cars, so he's going to start in the back of the field. All right, man, this is going to get fast and furious. As Pavel Folimanov starts in P1. It'd be easy to find his car, I think, here tonight. Vlad Bezhikov starts in the 2nd position. Lysenko is 3rd. Michael Brooks starts in the 4th position. So it looks like 2 laps here as formation laps. Pitting, they're going to get about 60 laps or so out of fuel, so there'll definitely have to be 1 pit stop. Tires should be okay. You may see some 2 tire stops on that pit stop. We'll see. Pitting is off turn 4, and restarts will be single file. So a big field here. Hopefully have a good clean race for the first race of the season. IndyCar, high octane IndyCar series. Guys have got a little bit of skin issue there where some of these guys did not load their skins correctly, and it looked like they were getting some errors, and that's generally what was causing the problem there with the connection loss. All right, looks like the lights are out on the pace car.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, green flag, here we go. We're off here to start the season, the IndyCar Series season. Pavel starts in P1, and looks like Lysenko has jumped up to 2nd place. Bezhikov is in 3rd. Oliveira in the 4th position. On board here with Pavel Folimanov. Denis Lysenko up on the high line there. Excuse me, on the low line. He has got some company out of Jair Oliveira, who splits the difference there. JJ moving forward in that 17 car. Now pushing for maybe pushing the race lead here as he's going to the outside line. He loves Indy cars. Not able to pull off that pass. In 3 wide coming off the turn. Lysenko now running in the 4th position. Bezhikov, Nikolai Bezhikov up on the high line. Get about Claudio Bardelli Jr., one of the NASCAR specialists coming out here to race some Indy cars. Probably streaming from his cockpit. Bezhikov continuing to lose positions on the outside line. Zach Moncasi in this mix here. Zach Moncasi down the is in the middle line here, and this again is a little squirrely there, 3 wide. Be very, very careful here. We're going to see a caution flag. These guys getting after it early. A little bit of contact right there, making some room. Now Moncasi dropping back. Again, tight battling here. Look at these cars, man. This is crazy. 3 wide. Something's got to give here so far. No caution flag. That's good. As Pavel Filimonov is P1. Jair Oliveira up in the second, up in the high line in third. Lysenko is in the second position. JJ running that third position on the high line here. He's trying to figure out a way to get around Denis Lysenko. Ricardo Almeida already making his way to the front here in this yellow machine. Now in the fourth position, now taking over third. So Ricardo Almeida, last season's champion, showing some muscle here, man. He's got something figured out about these Indy cars. He is working that outside line. He is now going to go to the race lead. So a new race leader, and that is Ricardo Almeida.
Yellow.
We've got a yellow flag here just as he took the race lead. So we'll have to see what transpired there. Looks like Bezrikov may have come around. Take a look and see what happened to Nikolai Bezrikov. We got what happened here. Bezrikov indicating he might have come around. There was some contact right there. Oh man, hard lick. Bezrikov into the fence, and he has lost the front wing there. So we'll take a look here as he and Meshkov looked like they got together. Meshkov was down on the bottom line, and Bezrikov comes down, squeezes him just a little bit right there, and then coming across. Both those guys getting into the wall, so Bezrikov spinning around. That was very interesting here on board here with Bezrikov. And he just comes off, I think, maybe a little bit loose coming off the turn, and he got into Alexander Meshkov. So Ricardo Almeida is the race leader. Pavel Filimonov is in second. Denis Lysenko third. Jair Oliveira is fourth. Felipe Munez is in the fifth position. One guy out of the race looks like Michael Brooks had some engine trouble.
Pit road will be open this time for lead lap cars.
So getting some indication that some of these guys might be coming down pit lane here. This thing was 3 wide for a lot of laps. Almeida is staying out, so Ricardo Almeida has really done well to get that car up front. Take a look at Ed Palumbo. Ed Palumbo now running in the 8th position in the 54 car. So look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. on pit lane. Bezrikov and Meshkov both on pit lane, taking service. Take a look at the side-by-side there. We see Nikolai Bezrikov coming back out on track after making pit stop. The race leader is Ricardo Almeida. P2 is Pavel Filimonov. Denis Lysenko is second. Jair Oliveira is in the fourth position. Felipe Munez is in fifth. So guys were really unfamiliar with how, maybe how to pit with the ovals. Some of these guys are not quite as familiar with oval racing as others. So Almeida, he's had a lot of oval experience, not too big of an issue for him. This will be single file restarts. Lap cars can be interspersed here with the exception of 15 or under to go, and then lap cars will start at the end of the longest line. Don't forget, coming up next Friday, we'll be back at it at Talladega Superspeedway. 70 laps for race number 4 in that high-octane racing league Bushwhacker Series. Should be a great one, man. Talladega is going to attract a lot of drivers, so expect a huge field at Talladega in the Bushwhacker Series. Coming up on Friday, it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on TurnLeftTV. Lysenko has that car up to the 3rd position. Oliveira is in 4th.
It'll be 1 to go this time by.
So getting to 1 to go, and we should see guys coming down pit lane. Now we might have, we do have the one who's starting in the back on pit lane, who was told to pit. Caution flag, just a 2-car incident there. Nikolai Bezrikov and Alexander Meshkov get together. Bezrikov's going to start at the tail end of the field. Alex Kuti looks like he is on pit lane for some, actually he was on pit lane, lost a lap, so we're not sure what happened to him, whether he got a stop-go or what the deal was, but Alex Kuti now back to the 19th position, shown 1 lap down. He's going to have a little work to do to try to get back on the lead lap. Ernie Gio's got his car up to the 7th position. Take a look at Ernie Gio here in that blue and white car, Milka sponsor machine. So Ricardo Almeida will lead the field to take the green flag here to go back green. Start lap 14.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. So Almeida off to a good start there. Looks like Jair Oliveira has jumped up to the high side, trying to make a pass here on the high side to get around Denis Lysenko. Does he have a little bit of help? Looks like he's going to clear Lysenko, so the 17 car now up to the 3rd position. How about Jesus Iglesias here, and Felipe Munez battling it out. Munez in that light blue machine. Iglesias running in the 5th position in the number 2 car. Ernie Gio running in 7th. We talked about him a little bit ago. Running in the 7th position. You see a little dicey there ahead. This guy's shaking around there a little bit. Pretty good, pretty bumpy track, so we have some issues there. We'll take a look at Danilo Coelho here running in the 8th position. Sergei Butsev just behind him, running in 9th. David Molliker here trying to make some moves. Look at that, too wide there. A little bit of a log jam for David Molliker. Working on that high side, trying to get around Alexander Meshkov. And Molliker using the outside line. A little bit of draft there. It gets by Alexander Meshkov. Ricardo Almeida leading the field. Big lead there for him. Denis Lysenko is in 2nd. Something's happened to Pavel Folimanov. Not sure what's happened to him. Let's see. There might be some contact. Jair Oliveira. Oh, Jair Oliveira gets into the back of him. And he spins. Oh, and there's contact right there. Oh, my heavens, man. Huge contact. Take a look and see what happened here. So looked like the 17 car trying to get by, and he slides up the track, and he gets into the back of Pavel, and Pavel goes spinning. JJ down on the inside of the track holds it off, but there was contact, and he's going to add Felipe Munez. Oh, just absolutely destroyed. So what a tough break there for Pavel after a good qualification. Look at this, man. These guys getting after it here earlier, so the early in the race, getting very racy. We're taking a look at Artem Shuliev. No Russian invasion this time. On that car, he did GT3 cars and had the Russian invasion sponsor machine. Right now, Artem running in the 7th position. Glacius up in front, Claudio Bardelli Jr. just in front of him. 6th, 5th, and 6th, so a good run here for Shuliev. Zach Moncasi, Ed Palumbo here battling it out. Moncasi down on the inside line. Ed Palumbo at 54. Mellow Yellow sponsor machine up on the outside line. Moncasi's going to take over that spot. Now moves up to the 11th position. Now he's going to try to set his sights on David Molliker as well. Alexander Meshkov here trying to make some moves. As he gets around Michael Ryan. Meshkov up to the 14th position. Michael Ryan back to 15th. Almeida has a pretty big lead here. 1.6 second lead over P2. P2 is Denis Lysenko. You have to target sponsor machine, oval sponsor machine. Right now running in P2. So Lysenko 1.7 seconds off the race lead. Oliveira running in the 3rd position. Felipe Munez has retired his machine after hard contact. Jesus Iglesias working this bottom line here, trying to get by. He and Artem Shuliev battling it out. Iglesias has gotten around Shuliev. Shuliev wants another piece of Jesus Iglesias. Running P6, P7. Going to learn how to ride in traffic in these Indy cars. Danilo Coelho here having a good race. Right now running in 4th. Looking to try to get by Jair Oliveira. And he's going to put Jair Oliveira back to 4th, so Danilo Coelho moves forward. So a little bit of do a little refresh of the overlays there. There we go. Artem Shuliev and Jesus Iglesias still battling it out. Shuley up on the inside line, Iglesias up on the outside line, and looks like Shuleyev's going to make some moves here. He's going to try to get by Claudio Bardelli Jr. These guys getting after it here. Shuliev backs off, maintains P6. Zach Moncasi at Palumbo still having a disagreement. Zach Moncasi on the inside line, and Ed Palumbo in the 54 up on the outside line. A little bit of help from him. So you see all the cars in this mix. David Molliker in this mix. Bezrikov in this mix. Meshkov there as well. David Molliker on the inside line there leading that charge of that group. So again, you got to learn to ride in traffic. These guys doing a pretty good job here, as dicey as these cars can be. So we're on board here with Zach Moncasi, and he is in an absolute hornet's nest right now. Out of the back of his machine at Nikolai Bezrikov. Bezrikov there. Nick Ryan also there as well. So excellent racing right now. Ernan Gio and Sergei Butsev here battling it out. Sergei Butsev trying to get around Ernan Gio. Gio down to the inside line. Butsev making some moves on the outside line. On board here with Sergei Butsev as he's following Iglesias Bardelli. Oh, there's contact right there. Iglesias came up and then hard for Sergei Butsev. He is in the grass trying to hold on to this thing, and he doesn't have a front wing. Oh my heavens, man. We'll take a look here. As right there, Iglesias touched the apron, got up, and got into Butsev. And Butsev in the fence. Oh, my heavens, man. Butsev now coming down pit lane, takes some service here. Alex Cootie gaining a spot there as Butsev on pit lane. Alex up to the 16th position. Take a look at Bezrikov and Michael Ryan. So to call him Mick, there are three wide. As Bezrikov on the outside line. On board here with Bezrikov. Those guys dicing around there, man. Cluster of cars right now. Just got to be patient, try to work your way through. Hope everybody keeps a good head on their shoulders. We see Bezrikov moving down to the bottom line here, trying to make some moves. How about Jesus Iglesias and Ernan Gio here battling it out? Ernan Gio on the bottom line, Jesus Iglesias up on the outside line. Ernan Gio trying to make a pass here on the bottom line. Man, you can set that up. I think the bottom line and the top line both work. Just a matter of having some friends to work with. Look at this, Michael Ryan, Mick Ryan, Michael Ryan having a battle with Zach Moncasi. Ryan on the inside line, going to get by Moncasi. Moncasi has to tuck in. He might not have enough room to tuck in. So a car filling the gap there before he can tuck in. Looks like he's able to do that now. Some great racing going on. Ricardo Almeida is way out front where he wants to be. He's just continuing to expand on that championship run last IndyCar season. Licinco in second, 2 seconds behind. Jair Oliveira is in third. Danilo Coelho in the fourth position. And that's a pretty tight battle there between Coelho and Oliveira. Oliveira, that front car of the two. And Coelho in the red and white car running in P4. These guys might be working together a little bit. I know they do a lot of laps together, racing a lot of leagues together. Sergei Butsev has a penalty. It looks like he probably sped down pit lane. So he's going to have to come back down pit lane and do a drive-through, adding insult to injury. How about this? Nikolai Bezrikov and Zach Moncasi side by side. Great racing here. So getting this thing figured out as Moncasi up on the high side. Bezrikov gets by. Jesus Iglesias and Artem Shuliev. These guys have been in each other's zip code all night long. Iglesias, Bardelli Jr.'s in this mix too. Iglesias running in the 7th position. Now back to 8th. Casey here trying to battle back and maybe get around Michael Ryan again. So Michael Ryan had just passed him on the bottom side, but look at that high side starting to work there. You get a little bit of help on the high side. Ed Palumbo's in this mix too. Now 54 car. Ernan Gio and Claudio Bardelli Jr. battling it out as well. Jair Oliveira is now going down to the bottom side to get back around Danilo Coelho and take over to the 3rd position. Coelho is now back to 4th. So JJ reclaiming that 3rd position spot. Tell you what, man, these guys just cannot figure it out back here. Zach Moncasey, Nikolai Bezhikov continuing to fight. Again, you got other cars there you see out of the front of Bezhikov's car. Ed Palumbo in this mix. Actually, that's Zach Moncasey. Bezhikov back there in that black machine up on the high line. Casey's on the inside line leading this charge of 4 here. Ed Palumbo in the yellow of number 54 in this mix as well. See Ed Palumbo in that mellow yellow sponsor machine. Running in the 10th position right now, up on the high line. So again, you've got to work with somebody. Very fun track once you get things going here. These guys have done a great job of keeping this thing green. 46 laps in. Now nowhere to go right there for Bezhikov. Moncasey sliding up to the high side. Bardelli Jr. down to the bottom side. These guys getting after it here. On board here with Ed Palumbo as there's... Oh, Moncasey gets into the wall, almost comes down and gets into Ed Palumbo. Ed Palumbo has to scrub off some speed. He might end up losing some positions. They're 3 wide coming into the turn. Bardelli Jr. following Ed Palumbo through. Moncasey there trying to collect his thoughts. He's going to lose some positions. He's back to the back of that group. Now back to the 12th position. Ed Palumbo now looking out the front of his machine. Moliker and Bezhikov here battling it out. David Moliker, haven't talked too much about him. And he is now running in the 8th position. Take a look at David Moliker running in P8. Bezhikov up on the outside line. Ed Palumbo on the inside line. Got a little train of 3, now 4 on the inside line. Can they make something happen here? And Bezhikov might be in big trouble here as those guys teaming up on the inside line, looking out of the back of David Moliker's machine, running in the 8th position. Ed Palumbo running in 9th. Moncasey is 10th. Bezhikov now back to the 11th position, tucking in. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 12th position. Moncasey looking on the high side here, trying to make something happen. No can do. These guys 1, 2, 3 are with each other in line, and Moncasey stuck on that outside line. Oh, they're about to touch wheels there. Moncasey and Bardelli Jr. Moncasey and I think Bezhikov might have touched wheels. Bezhikov backs off. This is getting dicey here. Take a look at Michael Ryan. He's in this mix. Running just on the high side of Bardelli Jr. Look at this, man. You've got to maintain focus here. Bezhikov just ahead, coming through the tri-oval. Some great racing here. Moncasey out there as well. Ed Palumbo. Don't forget about David Moliker. Claudio Bardelli Jr. on the inside now. Looking at Michael Ryan here trying to make some moves on the high side. He's going to have a little bit of help. Are they 3 wide coming off the turn? Take a look at that. Dennis Lisenko here running in the second position. Hard for us to leave that, but maybe we got some other drivers out there on the track. Got to get them some airtime. As we're taking a look at P2, that's Dennis Lisenko right now 3 seconds behind Ricardo Almeida. Jair Oliveira and Danilo Coelho, I think these guys are working together a little bit, running in 3 and 4. Ernan Gio back in the 5th position. He and Jesus Iglesias kind of working together to get something done. These guys are about 17 seconds off of the race lead. So Almeida is where he wants to be and still until he starts reaching some lap traffic. And we'll take a look at our side-by-side view here. So you're going to see that battle back in the pack as we'll take a look at Zach Munkasey. That pack there just keeps trying to figure it out. They're 21 seconds down to the race leader, and before long, you may end up seeing the race leader. Look at this. We got a battle up there with Iglesias and Ernan Gio. You may end up seeing these guys go a lap down here. And the lap car is going to have a hard time, I think, getting through that crew. But the leader is going to have a hard time getting through that crew. So Ernan Gio running in 6th. Iglesias 7th as we look at that left side screen. We'll take a look at Zach Munkasey running in the 10th position in a cluster of cars there. And these guys have not settled down since the restart. Here on lap 58, approaching halfway. Don't forget about the Bushwhacker Series coming up as I hit the wrong key. There we go. Back at it, Ricardo Almeida, the race leader. Take a look at Artem Shuliev, I hope. Running in the 5th position. You're 59 laps in. Some good racing here. Been good, clean racing, and that's what we wanted. See these good, long green flag runs. Look at Jair Oliveira running in the 3rd position. Just ahead of him. And we got a little bit of a cluster there. Sergei Butsev in this mix. Now, Sergei Butsev is in 17th. He is 8 laps down, I believe. So he had to come down pit lane. Remember, he had an accident. Spindola up there in the wall, it looks like.
Yellow.
We got a yellow flag here. Yellow flag as there looks like Bezrikov and Pavel Fulimanov might have gotten together. Ricardo Almeida, the race leader, and we got a caution flag here. We'll take a look and see what happened. Take a look and see what happened here. As right there, Bezrikov and Munkasey getting together. And then Bezrikov on for a ride. Oh, man, and that is a hard lick. Oh, my gosh, his car is lifted off the ground. And he is in the fence. So, wow, that was a hard lick right there. That was a hard lick. Take a look at Bardelli Jr. as that unfolds right there. And Bardelli Jr., he makes it through, but contact behind him. Those guys are bouncing. I don't think I've ever seen cars bounce like that, but hey, you know, it's rFactor 2. What are you going to do? Felimanov, he had nowhere to go, which is he's just going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then tons of contact for him, and he is, whoa, look at that. These guys are flying. Spindola getting by that mess. Take a look out of the front of Givaldo Spindola's machine as these guys get together, and then he's going to end up coming around. I think he's going to get through this. This might be have already happened. It's like Meshkov's retired his machine, unfortunately. Take a look here. Tons of, oh man, this guy's interesting view. Look at that. I think he didn't get up in the crowd. So there was some contact between Moncasi and Bezhikov right here. And that is tight right there. And just tight. Both of those guys wanted to get behind Bardelli Jr., I believe. Or Mick Ryan, I believe. And you call that a racing deal, I believe, on that one.
Pit road will be open this time for lead lap cars.
So Ricardo Almeida coming down pit lane. So the race leader making a pit stop. So this was about the time when these guys were going to have to come down pit lane. So a pretty good timing there is Almeida coming back out on track. So Ricardo Almeida is leader. Lisenko in second. He's coming back out on pit lane, off pit lane. Jair Oliveira will start in third. Artem Shuliev fourth. Michael Ryan fifth. Zach Moncasi sixth. So Ricardo Almeida, the leader, and that guy has, he had to change cars, it looked like, and it kind of waved off his qualification effort in the P1 starting position. He started in the back and then worked his way to the front.
Pit road will be open this time.
So now it looks like Almeida coming back down pit lane here. So maybe those guys entered a closed pit. That might have been the case. So that's going to be interesting. Lisenko now shown as the race leader. So Almeida might have entered the closed pit. And thus will have to start in the back. He drove through the pits. Oliveira now in P2. Now you'll notice there's some cars there that are at the front of the grid. Those guys are technically, they may be a lap down. So a yellow flag here as a big accident, taking out a couple drivers. Felimanov, Butsev, both off the pace. So with Dennis Lisenko the leader, and Jair Oliveira is second. Artem Shuliev third. Michael Ryan is fourth. Take a look at mid-race. Dennis Lisenko the leader at the halfway mark. Jair Oliveira second, Artem Shulev third, Michael Ryan fourth, Zach Casey fifth, Ed Palumbo sixth, Danilo Coelho seventh, David Molliker eighth, Ernie Gio ninth, Claudio Bardelli Jr. is 10th. Rounding out the top 10 at the halfway mark.
It'll be one to go.
So getting to one to go. So single file restarts as Lisinko will lead the field here. Now it's going to be a little interesting here because, our strongest car in the field, Ricardo Almeida, is going to start in the 11th position. So he's going to have a little work to do to get that car up front. But I'll tell you what, if anybody can do it, the 11th place car, Ricardo Almeida, is definitely one to look for. That yellow machine. This is a pretty good run there, almost to halfway. So a pretty long green flag run, just short of having to come down pit lane. Shuliev has that car up to the 3rd position. Mick Ryan in 4th. Zach Casey running in the 5th position. Ed Palumbo 6th. Danilo Coelho 7th. Molliker 8th. Ernie Gio 9th. And rounding out the top 10 here on the restart is Claudio Bardelli Jr.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, here we go. JJ moving to the high side to see if he can't get this car up front. Maybe going to need a little bit of help there, and Artem Shuliev stays on the bottom line, but JJ now makes that move and is to the front. Dennis Lisinko back to P2. Artem Shuliev in 3rd, Zach Casey running in the 4th position, so that front 3, about a second lead over P4. Zach Casey running in the 4th position, kind of out there by himself right now. Michael Ryan here continuing to try to push the pace. He is running in the 6th position. This guy's spread out there just a little bit on the restart. Just down the front of his car is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Guys were complaining here, a little bit bumpy in this track here. I was like, man, that's what it feels like to be in an IndyCar right there. Ricardo Almeida already up to the 7th position. Danilo Coelho running in 8th. Ed Palumbo 9th. Ernie Gio is in 10th. So nose to tail there. They sort of behaving themselves on that restart. Dennis Lisinko now reclaiming the race lead. He's gotten around Jair Oliveira. We'll take a look at that pass there, I believe. We take a look at may have been a little bit of a warp there, something that's gotten Dennis or JJ back in the 2nd position. Lisinko back to 1st. Artem Shuliev running in the 3rd position. So these guys are being pretty patient here right now. As just ahead is Jair Oliveira, Dennis Lisinko, P1, P2. Shuliev in pretty good position right now. Bardelli Jr. running in P4, and he has gotten run down here by the rest of this crowd here. Look at that, Zach Casey, Ricardo Almeida. Almeida is on a mission right now. Look at that, all over the back of Claudio Bardelli Jr. Zach Casey up on the high line, and I tell you what, Ricardo Almeida is going to have to be patient here, and he is on to the outside. Ricardo Almeida continuing to climb forward here. Gotten around Claudio Bardelli Jr., weaved his way through traffic. Now trying to set his sights on the race leader as he's running in the 4th position. Just behind him, it is a mess. Oh, contact right there. Contact looked like Casey got up into the wall. There was contact. He and Danilo Coelho got together, and Casey might have come down and gotten into Danilo Coelho. See if we can't get a look at this, hopefully. This game sometimes, man. Woo! And we'll see if we can't get a look here. This is a little bit earlier here. Danilo Coelho on the inside line. And then Moncasi just tight, man, right there. I think he probably had him cleared, and Moncasi sliding up into the wall right there. Not a ton of damage, I wouldn't imagine, but a fair amount. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Ricardo Almeida here starting to run away from that pack. Bardelli Jr. does a lot of races there, so he has definitely got some racing IQ. Right now, Claudio running in the 5th position. Take a look at Denis Lysenko and Jair Oliveira, Artem Shuliev here battling it out. And looks like JJ wanting to try to get around Denis Lysenko. Not going to happen. As Lysenko protecting that bottom line. Alex Cudi on pit lane for some reason, so I'm not sure what's happened to this machine. He's running in the 14th position, and he is on pit lane. Maybe trying to make that final pit stop there. Take a look at Ricardo Almeida there running in the 4th position. Bardelli Jr. just behind him in 5th. Going back to the 6th position is Danilo Coelho. He's leading that charger of that little pack of 4 or 5 cars. 5 cars as Ed Palumbo running in the 7th position. Nick Ryan running in the 8th position. Zach Moncasi is 9th. Ernan Gio is 10th. Artem Shuliev looking like he wants to get around JJ. Artem Shuliev down to the bottom line here, trying to put pressure here on Jair Oliveira. Oh, look at that right there. Huh? Look at that. I know who my favorite to win this race is. Artem Shuliev. Is JJ there trying to put a little pressure on Artem Shuliev. Shuliev now to the 2nd position. Jair Oliveira back to 3rd. Shuliev here down to the bottom line. He's going to put a little pressure on Denis Lysenko. Lysenko slamming the door, not letting him go by. Back here in this pack that's led by Danilo Coelho. And Palumbo just behind, running in the 7th position. Danilo running in the 6th position. Michael Ryan is 7th. Zach Moncasi 8th. So good battle there between the two of those guys. We'll take a look there. This Zach Moncasi up on the high line as Michael Ryan on the bottom line. You got to be really, really careful here. Don't forget about Ernan Gio in this mix too. I would expect Ernan Gio to be racing again tonight and in the Stock Car Series. So he does a lot of racing. Zach Moncasi here trying to make some moves on board here with Zach Moncasi. Zach Moncasi right now running in the 8th position. Ed Palumbo running in 7th just ahead. And Moncasi now has the outside line that he has to protect. And it looks like Mike Ryan wants to go around on the high side. Ernan Gio's got to figure out who he wants to go with. And back up here with the race leaders as Shuliev running in P2. P1 is Denis Lysenko. There were some issues here. It looks like JJ getting into the back of Artem Shuliev. Shuliev comes around. I don't know if he made any contact there, but there was definitely some action there. So it looks like, take a look. It'll look like JJ might have gotten into the back of Artem Shuliev right there and then clips him and spins him around. And wow, Shuliev is out of the race. Oh my heavens. little crazy here as Ernan Gio has gotten around Zach Casey. Take a look at Ed Palumbo. Ed Palumbo here trying to get around Michael Ryan. That is tight right there. My heavens, man. Michael Ryan up on the outside line. Ed Palumbo down on the inside line. Actually trying to get around Danilo Coelho. Not able to make it there as Michael Ryan has to back off and give Ed Palumbo back that position. Ernan Gio in this mix too. We're looking out of the back of Michael Ryan's machine at Ernan Gio. Zach Casey back there as well. It is bumpy. Michael Ryan now on the bottom side. He might have some help from Ernan Gio. Ed Palumbo on the outside line. He might be hung. Oh! Ed Palumbo squeezing in right there, and he chopped a little bit on the front of Ernan Gio.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And we got a yellow flag. So a yellow flag. David Molliker off pace here, so we're not sure what happened. The yellow flag here on lap 91. Dennis Lisenko is the leader. So we'll take a look and see what happened there, man. Guys starting to maybe get a little bit more racy. We'll take a look here what happened to David Molliker. Oh, he just touches the apron. Just makes contact with the apron and comes around. Good news for him as he does not hit anything. But just some contact right there. You see him come down right here, and that's going to break that back into that car loose. Snappy loose right there, and he comes around. Does a great job of holding on to this thing and keeping it out of the wall. So Dennis Lisenko, the leader. And look who's up in P2 now. That is Ricardo Almeida. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in third. Jair Oliveira is fourth. Danilo Coelho is fifth. So we got 4 cars out of the race. Artem Shulev, the latest victim there. Alexander Meshkov, Felipe Munez, Michael Brooks, all out of the race. Those guys, some accidents. One guy blew the engine there at the start of the race. Lisenko is second, our race leader. Almeida has gotten that car up to the second position. Bardelli Jr. having a heck of a race here, running in P3. Jair Oliveira is in fourth. Danilo Coelho is fifth. So pit road is open. Don't forget, coming up later tonight, if you're interested in doing some stock car racing, will be at Kansas Speedway for 150 laps, the final race of the season in the Saturday Night Thunder. Right, man, I'll be out on the track, so if you think you can come out and beat me in the stock cars, come on out. It's Kansas Speedway, race number 10, the final race of the season in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder Cup Series. And it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight's race brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2 if you're looking for an rFactor 2 server. 3 self-managed packages available for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the IndyCars. Next week, we'll be at Kentucky Speedway. Another great track. I think the racing is going to be just as good as what we see here at Atlanta. Las Vegas coming up after that on May the 1st. Iowa Speedway, shorten it up a little bit there on May the 8th. Pocono Raceway on the 5th, on May 15th, 5th race of the season. You see Gateway, Indianapolis, Phoenix, Kansas, and finishing out the season in Richmond on June the 19th. This thing got a mind of its own today. So it looks like we're getting the maybe the one to go here as the lights, are they out on the pace car? Not quite. Sometimes that is sometimes they stay on for whatever reason. Again, it's kind of one of the quirks of the game. Get single file restarts. Remember anything under 15 laps to go, 15 or 15 under, then those drivers will, the lap down drivers will have to start at the tail end of the field. But right now they can actually be sort of interspersed in the lineup. David Molliker serving that drive-through penalty for causing the accident. It's a pretty good race here so far. A lot of good passing, good side-by-side racing here, and really what we expected from Atlanta. So Lisinko, Bardelli Jr., Almeida, Oliveira. Saying Bardelli Jr. is actually ahead of Almeida. I don't think that's correct. There you go. Just don't think that is right. In the do a little refresh here. So if we get this, this thing is definitely acting a little funny here. So there you go. Lisinko, Almeida, Bardelli Jr., Oliveira, and Coelho top 5. So Lisinko's showing some pretty good muscle here, you know, running up front. But now he's got Ricardo Almeida there as well, so that's going to put a little bit more challenge in his lap. Bardelli Jr., solid race here so far for him, running in P3. Oliveira has a little bit of an eventful race under his belt so far.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go, back to green. And Oliveira running in the 4th position. Coelho running in 5th. See Oliveira going to the high side. Trying to make something happen on that high side, and he's going to need some help there as Ricardo Almeida, they're trying to make some room in P2. Not wanting to give that up as Bardelli Jr., he's trying to follow Almeida through, looking out of the back of Lisinko's machine. Almeida out to the high side. He might have a little bit of help here from Claudio Bardelli Jr. Ricardo Almeida, that yellow machine, not able to pull off that pass. Lisinko holds on to P1. Bardelli Jr. down on the inside line here, trying to figure out whether he's going to follow the 28 car or Dennis Lisinko, our race leader. And then we got a battle here for the race lead. Ricardo Almeida up on the high side. Dennis Lisinko down on that bottom side. Bardelli Jr. way up the track there as Jair Oliveira trying to slide through. Almeida cannot pull off that pass. Oh!
Yo.
And then JJ comes down and gets into Ricardo Almeida, and we got a big wreck. So a big crash here. Big crash. This is Dennis Lisinko, the race leader. Almeida, he got involved in this, and I don't know if it's going to end up giving him, I don't know if the caution flag came out and he was in P2. Not sure what the deal is there. But it says Coelho's in the second position. We'll take a look here at this action as JJ right across it, gets down on the apron. He gets into the back of the race leader, then hits Ricardo Almeida, takes him out, and then Bardelli Jr. trying to sneak through. He gets involved, and Coelho does a great job at getting through. My heavens, man. Danilo Coelho did a great job of making it through this. Watch this. As you see JJ sliding up the track, and Coelho, what a heads-up move by him. What a heads-up move. And Almeida, he got spun on this. Watch this, on board here with him. He's just going to get hit in the back end. See right here as Oliveira got into the leader and then got up into Ricardo Almeida, and Almeida in the fence. Dennis Lisinko is the race leader. Almeida is in second.
Pit road will be open this time for lead lap cars.
Don't forget, coming up next week on Friday, April the 23rd, we'll be back out at Talladega Superspeedway for race number 4 in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. Stream will start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV, a 70-lap race from Dega. 100 laps in, a couple caution flags under our belt here, and guys, intensity levels picking up here just a little bit. Racing's been pretty good. So Lisinko shown in the race lead. Now Oliveira has come down pit lane. Almeida is on pit lane, taking service. Ricardo Almeida. He's now coming back out off pit lane, rejoining the racing surface. So a little bit of damage, I think, for Ricardo Almeida. Bardelli Jr., Oliveira also on pit lane.
Pit road will be open this time.
And again, don't forget, coming up, Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight, of course. That's where we're at. It's been a great race here so far. Kentucky Speedway coming up next week. That's going to be a fantastic race. And then Las Vegas Motor Speedway coming up on May the 1st. Iowa on May the 8th in Pocono, finishing out the first half of that season. The Tricky Triangle on May the 15th. I want to say thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Don't forget to support TurnLeftTV by clicking on the link down in the description of this race if you're interested in purchasing some stuff through FanAttack. I encourage you to follow that link and help me out here at TurnLeftTV. You can also donate to my channel by clicking on the Please Donate to My Channel button at the top of the YouTube channel and make a donation straight through PayPal. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Definitely pay attention to that. I love all those folks that come out and watch the streams and get involved in the chat sessions and so forth. Christian Wilson in here in the chat session a little while ago, and also Michael Brooks. Unfortunately, tough time there for him tonight, but he'll be back next week, I'm sure, at Kentucky. So we're getting a 1 to go, and again, thanks for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. So we are starting to wind down the laps here. Preston Hassel also joining us in the chat session. Starting to wind down the laps here. As Dennis Lisenko is our race leader. Danilo Coelho is in second. Good run for him. Jesus Iglesias in the third position. Ed Palumbo fourth. Ernan Gio is in fifth. Now, I'm telling you, the guy you really want to watch is Ricardo Almeida. He's in the ninth position. I don't know how much damage he has got to that machine, but if anybody can make it to the front, then that ninth place car, Ricardo Almeida, can do it. All right, lights are out on the pace car here, so we're going to go green this time by. Been a pretty good race here, very entertaining race. Had a few challenges here, but so far the plug-in looks to be working perfectly. So the pace car is in. Dennis Lisenko leading the field here. Take the green flag here at Atlanta.
Green flag, go, go,
Start
go.
lap 104. Off to a good start there is Lisenko. A little bit of extracurricular back there between JJ and Claudio Bardelli Jr. JJ there dicing up to the high side. Bardelli Jr. A little bit of a gap there that JJ was able to exploit, and he is now trying to weave his way back through traffic here. Just ahead of him is Ricardo Almeida. There was some contact earlier between the two of those guys. With Claudio Bardelli Jr. and David Molliker here getting after it. We're back up here with Jair Oliveira and Ricardo Almeida. Almeida now back to, in the 7th position as Jair Oliveira running in 8th. The leaders definitely have enough fuel to the end, I'm assuming. You get about 60 laps here on fuel. Take a look at Ricardo Almeida, and he has got some work to do. Trying to catch up to that next group here, so going to be a tough order. So he's gotten himself back in traffic, not on himself, but gotten involved in an accident. And that ADL sponsor machine trying to work its way back through traffic, protecting that bottom line. Right now, Dennis Lisenko in control. Danilo Coelho in P2. Jesus Iglesias in 3rd. Ed Palumbo has his car in the 4th position. You got about a 4-car breakaway. Ernan Gio actually should say 5-6 car breakaway there as Ernan Gio is in 5th. He's got some company there with Zach Moncasey up on the high side. Zach Moncasey's going to need a little help here if he's going to make some passes on the high side. Michael Ryan trying to make a pass here. Oh! Almeida down on the apron there. I'm not sure what happened to Almeida. There might have been some more contact. There was already contact earlier between Ricardo Almeida and Jair Oliveira. Here, we'll take a look. This is Ricardo Almeida. He is, he gets down on the apron right there, and he is almost sideways right there. He loses the back end of that car. He got down onto the apron. He was trying to make some pass, had a good run, and man, those guys did a great job of missing all that stuff. Almeida, they're trying to collect his thoughts. Oh, my heavens. Yeah, Palumbo here trying to make some moves. Ernan Gio up on the high side. He's got Zach Moncasey just above him. Can't go any higher there when you got a car above you. Ernan Gio trying to make some moves here on Ed Palumbo. We're on board here with Ed Palumbo. He's running in the 4th position. Ernan Gio just behind him in 5th. You're on lap 111. Things getting intense right now. Look at this. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Jair Oliveira side by side. Mike Ryan in this mix as well. Claudio Bardelli Jr. getting around. Jair Oliveira taking over the 7th position. Ricardo Almeida trying to play catch-up, man. He's had a tough night. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. going to the high side. Just ahead of him is Nikolai Bezrikov. Bezrikov actually running in the 14th position. That is a cluster of cars right there. Bardelli Jr. is going to have to play a little protect on that bottom side. Little defense as Mike Ryan and Jair Oliveira here battling it out. See Felimanov coming back in this in that 88 car. We got a yellow flag here. Yellow flag. Late race, so cautions breed cautions. A bunch of these guys back up. We got a yellow flag here. Oh my heavens. So yellow flag here on lap 111 as Dennis Lisenko will lead the field to the caution flag. We'll take a look and see what happened. Take a look at Claudio. Actually, this is Lisenko and Coelho. That's a little bit. We go Claudio Bardelli Jr. and then Nick Ryan and Felimanov get together, and then Claudio Bardelli Jr. has nowhere to go, and he is up in the fence right there. So we'll take a look here as Bezrikov. Oh, man, I tell you what, that is a hard lick right there for Bardelli Jr. My heavens. And it happened behind Ernan Gio. And we'll take a look here as you see Felimanov in the striped car, the zebra stripe car right there. And it looked like he might have gotten into the back of Mike Ryan. Felimanov coming up and getting into Bardelli Jr. Oh, my heavens, man. That was a hard lick right there for Bardelli Jr. Felimanov right here, and it's like Mick Ryan has taken responsibility for that, and then contact. Wow. So going back here live as Dennis Lisinko leading the field. Filimonov, I think, is on pit lane. He has taken a ton of damage. Something happened also to Jair Oliveira. Looks like he spun around. He might have gotten caught up in this.
Pit road will be open this time for lead lap cars.
There was contact right there. He was off the pace. Not sure what's going on. You know, he was running slow on the track, and he ended up getting run in the back. Spindola runs into the back of him. So I'm not sure why JJ was maybe a engine was down on power or something, but he was trying to get that thing started or something, but it got rear-ended there by Givaldo Spindola. Spindola hit something right there. It's probably his own spoiler. So now we got the under 15 to go, and the rule is that the lap down cars will start in the back here. So we'll put the plug in to test to the test. Lisinko, the leader. Now Almeida probably needed that caution flag. He's running in the 8th position. Now Bardelli Jr., I believe, is on pit lane, or at least was at some point. Here.
It'll be open this
So
time.
he's showing some time there, clicking off. So we are getting a couple guys coming down pit lane. Looks like Spindola coming down pit lane. Michael Ryan coming down pit lane here in the 11 car. All right, Lisinko in command here. Coelho is second. Iglesias is in the 3rd position. Palumbo in 4th. Iglesias having a good run here, running in the 3rd position. Palumbo in 4th. Ernie Gio 5th. As I mentioned, Almeida running in the 7th position there has not really been able to capitalize and get around. He had a little trouble there battling with Jair Oliveira. Zach Moncasi running in the 6th position. Good run here for him. So let's see if we can finish this bad boy under green. Valdo Spindola getting a penalty here. I'm not sure, maybe speeding on pit lane when he came down. So a little sorting right now with the plug-in. Okay, the pace car is in. Here we go. Nice side by side here. This could be Lacinco and Coelho getting after it here as Lacinco now holding on here. We got a three-way battle here as Iglesias trying to get around. So Coelho to the race lead. Lacinco is in second. Iglesias is third, and Ed Palumbo in the fourth position. Hernan Gio is fifth. So Danilo Coelho to the race lead. He went on the high side and got around. Now Lacinco playing from the second position. Iglesias is in third. Ed Palumbo has that car in the fourth position. So we've always downplays his IndyCar effort, man. But I tell you what now, running in the fourth spot here in a pretty competitive race, got to be pretty happy with your effort. He's in the position that he might be able to win this race. But I'll tell you what, you better look ahead at this yellow car, and that is Ricardo Almeida. He is making some moves here. Almeida trying to get around. Coelho is our race leader. Lacinco second. Iglesias third. Palumbo fourth. Almeida is in fifth. Oh, there's contact there. Ed Palumbo and Ricardo Almeida, they get together.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And Ed Palumbo, they're holding on to that thing, but we got a yellow flag. They got together. Hernan Gio, he might have gotten the worst into that. Besherkoff looks like he is spun around. And there was contact between Palumbo and Almeida. Take a look here. This is Ricardo Almeida. We're coming through the front stretch. Now we're getting into that, that tri-oval area right there. And then coming off the turn, this is turn one. And then contact, Almeida squeezing just a little bit, maybe expected a little bit more room, and Ed Palumbo now trying to hang on to this thing, and then comes back up the track, and then contact. And then all heck breaks loose behind. Take a look at that. This is after the fact right there. Hernan Gio had no place to go and got into the back of Ed Palumbo and spun. Besherkoff also out of this is a little bit after that first little bit of contact, and Ed Palumbo trying to hang on to things, slides up the track, and then all heck breaks loose. See what looked kind of precipitated this as Almeida is up on the high line, and watch this coming through the turn, through turn one. When they get to turn one, he's going to kind of squeeze down onto the 54 car. He's coming down the backstretch here into turn three. Watch Ricardo Almeida through the tri-oval. Things starting to tighten up a little bit. Now we get into turn one. right here, and then Almeida, you see him kind of dart down to the bottom right there and gets into the 54 car, and that so a little contact right there. So back to the race lead.
Pit road will be open this time for lead lap cars.
So Danilo Coelho is the leader, Lisinko second, Iglesias third, Almeida is in fourth. So Almeida is going to have to serve a drive-through. So Lisinko is second. He's kept that car up in the top two there for quite a while. Iglesias third, Almeida fourth, but Almeida's going to have to come down pit lane. Ed Palumbo running in the fourth or fifth position. He's got a lot of damage too. He's going to have to probably come down pit lane as well and get some service done on that machine. So we are at lap 127, and I don't know. I don't think there's green-white checkers here, so I believe this is going to end up finishing under caution flag.
Pit road will be open this time.
Don't forget the Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on April the 23rd. Friday, April 23rd for race number 4 of the season, Talladega Super Speedway. 70 laps there from that great Super Speedway in the Xfinity Series, the Bushwhacker Series. And it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 70 laps of Super Speedway racing. Just in a little while, we'll get out on track at Kansas Speedway in the Saturday Night Thunder. Race number 10. 150 laps there in a great cookie cutter track with the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder Cup Series. Racing will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So our Danilo Coelho, the leader, Lisinko second. And I've got, let's see, I've got to think that I don't think there is a green-white checker in this, so this may end under yellow. We'll see. So Almeida driving down pit lane.
It'll be 1 to go this time, bye.
So we are getting a 1 to go. So they'll have 1 lap. Looks like they're going to have one lap since there are no green-white checkers here in the IndyCar series. So it might be all about who gets the jump here, huh? So we'll go back green. We have one lap. Can Danilo Coelho hang on for the win? Dennis Lisinko in second, Iglesias third. Almeida should be driving down pit lane, I believe. So got to update that. For some reason this messaging we're getting from the overlays has not been very good today. You see Bardelli Jr. actually in third.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Excuse me, Iglesias in third. So back to green, here we go. And I don't know what happened there, but Lisinko did not get on the gas, and Coelho, looks like they are doing so one lap right there as Coelho got a huge jump. I'm not sure what happened to Lisinko, but Danilo Coelho is going to win this race, so congratulations to him. So Danilo Coelho gets the win as Dennis Lisinko finishes in second. Jesus Iglesias finishes in the third position. So, man, they had a good race here. It just got messy late, but congratulations to Danilo Coelho on a big race win there for him. He's going to do his burnout here. Going to burn that engine up, so congratulations to Danilo. Dennis Lisinko finishes in the second position. So a heck of a run there for him. He got that car up front when he needed to do so. So congratulations to Danilo Coelho and getting that race win. Heck of a run there for him. Got that car up to up front when it mattered. Really was a pretty good race there in the middle. It got a little dicey there of late in the late stages of that race. So congratulations to Danilo Coelho for his race victory. Take a look at the final results.
A lot of soul.
Well, looks like that's not going to cooperate with us today. That's awesome. So Danilo Coelho finishes in P1. Lacinco finishes in the third position, or excuse me, in the second position. See if we can't get some results there. Looks like it's going to reboot on us. So there you go. Danilo Coelho finishes in P1. In the second position, Dennis Lacinco, Jesus Iglesias finishes third, Ed Palumbo fourth, Ernan Gio finishes in the fifth position. In sixth is Zach Munkasey. Michael Ryan finishes in second. Ricardo Almeida finishes in third. Ricardo Almeida finishes in the eighth position. David Molliker ninth. Alex Cootie finishes in the 10th position. In the 11th position, Claudio Bardelli Jr., Givaldo Spindola finishes in 12th. Nikolai Bezhikov 13th. Sergei Butsev finishes in the 14th position. Pavel Filimonov battling it out there and finishes in the 15th position. Jair Leveda 16th. Artem Shuliev 17th. Alexander Meshkov 18th. Felipe Munez finishes in 19th. Michael Brooks finishes in 20th. If we see if we can't get Danilo up here in the booth with us. So it really was a pretty good race there. We had a few guys there were having some skin, some paint scheme issues, and then also some got a little messy there with some guys kind of forgetting that kind of tone down that aggressiveness. But all in all, a pretty darn good race. We'll take a look at the schedule coming up next week. It'll be Kentucky Speedway, race number 2 of the 10-race season. That's going to be a good one, too. A lot of side-by-side racing there, I am sure. Las Vegas Speedway coming up on May the 1st. Race number 3. And then Iowa, May 8th. Another short track headed your way. 4th race of the season. Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. One of the big tracks here on the circuit, May the 15th. I think this thing drives a lot like Indy and almost like a road course. So the Tricky Triangle, very interesting track coming up on May the 15th. Race number 5, Gateway, that egg-shaped oval on May the 22nd. Great track there, located just out of St. Louis, Missouri. Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Memorial Day weekend. The weekend we run the Indianapolis 500. So on that Friday, we'll run that Saturday we'll run Indianapolis, 250-mile race there, so 100 laps at Indy. Phoenix Raceway on June the 5th, race number 8. That unique track there, almost 5 turns on that track there, huge dog leg there on the backstretch. Kansas Speedway, a cookie cutter coming up on June the 12th, race number 9, and then finish out the season here in the IndyCar Series at Richmond on June the 19th. Great short track for IndyCars. And don't forget the Bushwhacker Series headed your way. Coming up next week on April the 23rd, Friday, 70 laps from that super speedway. Now we're getting word that we got Danilo coming up here in the booth here, so we'll drag him up. Good news there. All right, we're joined up here in the booth with Danilo Coelho. Hey, congratulations, Danilo.
Hey, Heath. Thank you. It's great to be back here, especially winning the first race of the championship. So it's amazing because there are a lot of good drivers here. So I'm really proud of my performance in today. Obviously, some yellow flags helped me to go ahead and pass another drivers, but it's amazing. It was a nice race.
Well, I think you had to be wondering what was going on that last restart when P2 Lacinco did not get off to a good start and challenge you for that victory. Do you think he just miscalculated, or kind of wonder what was going on with Dennis?
Actually, Heath, I was thinking during the yellow flag, it's gonna probably it was the last chance to overtake Dennis. It's in the last restart, so I took advantage in the first after the finish line to gain speed more than Dennis and put the car inside and go to the back straight in the first position. I think this was the only option I had in that moment. So I think fortunately I got it.
How fun was that in that long green flag run, racing side by side with other drivers here at Atlanta?
Yeah, I love IndyCar. I love the open wheel cars. So the IndyCar, you need to keep the reflection and think fast. So you need to handle in a high speed, so it's not too easy to keep side by side. So obviously the setup can improve the performance to keep in the draft or even side by side, but it's very funny and need to be concentrated and with the mindset to keep the same line, stay or behind or side by side in the right way to avoid any yellow flag. So it's very funny and amazing racing, especially for the IndyCar.
Well, next week is Kentucky Speedway, and a lot of room to race there on that flat short track. How do you feel about your chances of maybe picking up 2 victories in a row and then taking that victory at Kentucky?
To be honest, at Atlanta, it's one of my favorite racing tracks. I love that. It was my first win in the oval track in the NASCAR BR League with the same car. It was in Atlanta. So let's see, because short track, frankly, I don't like too much. But let's practice and see what's going on next week.
Okay, parabéns, Danilo, and good luck to you next week and the rest of the season.
Thank you, Heath. Thank you all, and especially the Brazilian drivers that was supporting everyone to improve their performance. And obviously, especially when we could win a race here, it's really great and amazing.
All right, man. Thanks for coming out and supporting High Octane Racing League as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me here and appreciate that.
All right, that's Danilo Coelho joining us up here in the booth, and awesome interview there from Danilo. He did a great job here tonight, getting that car up front when it mattered. Definitely benefited off of some caution flags, as he talked about, and also some bad luck there for some of the other drivers there that had a tough time that might have challenged him for that victory. But man, I'll tell you what, he had a great job there late in the race, getting that car up front and keeping it up front and being in position to, got to put yourself in a position to give yourself a chance to win, and he did just that. So congratulations to Danilo on a great win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He said he really liked this track, so he's got a little experience out here on this bumpy, high-speed, high-banked oval in the IndyCars. I love this track in the IndyCars, man. I think it lends for some absolutely great racing. And we did see that there. We got a little messy there toward the end, but that is to be expected sometimes. So congratulations to Danilo on a great run for him. So next week we'll be at Kentucky, and we'll see how he, how he fares at that little bit shorter track. Well, thanks so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. That's going to do it for me for now, and I'm going to go let the dog out and get ready for tonight at where are we at tonight? Oh, Kansas Speedway, the final race of the season in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. So stay tuned. You might want to get out on the track with me if you think you can beat me. In the meantime, I am out of here.